Hi, everybody. This is John Fanta with Fox Sports and the Big East Digital Network.
Hi, this is Brad Sham, voice of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
Hi, this is Chuck Swirsky with the Chicago Bulls, our flagship station, 670 The Score.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Hart at ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washington Sports Digital Network.
From Bill Vining Arena on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University, you are watching Ouachita women's basketball. Great American Conference action today between the Ouachita Tigers and the Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm. We welcome you inside Bill Vining Arena, everybody. I'm Chris Babb. Joining me, Jordan Green. And Jordan, we've got a matchup between Ouachita and Southern Nazarene. The Tigers trying to make it 4 straight. This is a game that we saw Thursday night in a win against Oklahoma Baptist. Got off to a slow start, rebounded from that with a huge 27-9 advantage. And it's just an example in sports of when you have a slow start, you have to put that behind you, and the Tigers did that Thursday night.
Yeah, it's really important that they come into this game very motivated. They can't really get complacent right now. They're really going for that 4th straight, especially against a solid program like Southern Nazarene. I mean, 3-game win streak, it's a big emphasis on you cannot get complacent with things like these. With wins, you have to play harder than the game you played before. There's always room for making up errors and stuff like that, and if you make a bad play, you have to go towards the next play because you can't get that one back.
You saw the record of Southern Nazarene on the screen. Not the typical Southern Nazarene team that we've seen come to Bill Vining Arena for the last 6 years. Actually, it's a 12-game win streak for Southern Nazarene in this series versus Ouachita. But as you saw, the Crimson Storm coming into the season, this game, with a 4-9 overall record, 4-5 in conference play, coming off of a tough overtime loss at Henderson State Thursday night. The Tigers, as you mentioned, on a 3-game win streak, trying to make it 4 in that conference race. And 22-game conference schedule. We're in game 9, and so a win or loss doesn't make or break you, but you sure would like to keep that momentum as we start getting to the middle of that conference schedule. The importance of the games will continue to add up as we go from here.
Yeah, like you said, as the games go on, these conference games are going to get real important, and with Southern Nazarene being as good as a program, having that off year, like you said, that just means their coaches are going to coach them harder, as well as our coaches are going to coach our girls harder, and that's the big emphasis. You got to be able to outplay your opponent. You got to be able to outthink your opponent. You have to beat them physically and mentally. You know, basketball, it's a long game. 4 10-minute quarters, that's a long game. Yeah. And it's really important that you just stay focused and you can't get lost in the fog of it.
The Tigers and the Crimson Storm, we've got a lot for you ahead on the Capital Technologies Group pregame show. After this break, we'll hear Cameron Boyd of OSDN as she sat down with head coach Nick Long in the Coach's Corner. After that, we'll come down and break more of this game down between the Tigers and the Crimson Storm on the Capital Technologies Group pregame show. Thanks for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We'll be back after this timeout.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up. We win on your side, by your side, the winning side.
Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more at captg.com.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
Hi, I'm Cameron Boyd, and today I'm joined with Coach Nick Long, and this is Coach's Corner. All right, so Thursday night was a good game. It was really exciting to watch, but one thing I think is noticeable for most people that watch the game is how slow of a start the girls had. I think if you started watching the game at the beginning and then missed the middle and watched the end, you look like you're watching a completely different game. So what do you think kind of shifted the momentum of that game and finally got the girls on fire?
Just needed to see a couple go through. I mean, we had to remember what it was like to play at home a little bit. It had been a calendar month since we've been at home, and so seeing one or two go in. Like I said, we had about 2 minutes ago, we were still sitting at 4 points, and to finish it, we finished with 83 points in the game. So he scored 79 for the other 32 minutes. That's pretty good, pretty good offensive pace, and so just getting some things cleaned up and seeing how they were going to guard and all, just really found some spots and got some things going. And then defensively, we kind of cranked it up a little bit and got some easy buckets that got us going.
And then once they were kind of able to get some momentum and find a rhythm, everyone did really well. I mean, we had 5 players with double-digit points: Michaela Vation, Audrey Winfrey, Heidi Robinson, Madeline Tipton, and Abby Harrison, who had the most points and a double-double, 15 points and 10 rebounds. So what is it like kind of having, or what is the advantage of having a team that's so evenly spread, and it's almost like every girl that steps foot on the court makes a big impact on the game?
Yeah, so they all can score. I say now obviously, I mean, we're usually led by Heidi and Tip, and rightfully so. Those two are really special players, but even games, I wouldn't say they had off nights, because they were still, Heidi was right there at double digits and Tip was in double digits, so not really off nights per se, but still not their normal scoring production, but just have Abby step up. Abby's another double-digit scorer for us. Audrey knocked down some threes. She got going again, from the three-point range, and then Michaela coming in a game where she played really well defensively was what kind of really, to me, got her going, and she created some things defensively for us, and then she's just hard to stay in front of when she puts the ball on the floor with a mission. She's hard to stay in front of.
And then kind of looking forward, y'all are going on to take on Southern Nazarene. They're tied for 5th in the GAC, so they're right under Ouachita, who's tied for 4th. And they just lost to Henderson across the street last night, and then had 2 home losses before that. So they're, kind of in a rut. Ouachita, the exact opposite, coming off 3 win streaks. So I think problems in this situation is players feel like they have an advantage going into the game. So how do you kind of send your players into the game with the mindset to win, but also not to feel complacent?
Yeah, that's something you battle. Especially we do have an older team, so they've been through this so many times that you see. A 22-game season is a long time, and I say you got highs, you got lows. We started out. I can't remember how many we won to start league play. I think it was 3. Started out 3 of them. And then we went on a 3-game losing streak. Now we're back on a 3-game winning streak, trying to turn it into 4 and just keep building from there. It's just all about stacking wins, stacking good days of practice and preparation, and just being ready to come out and play. And knowing, Oklahoma Baptist had lost 3 in a row. Snooze lost three in a row now. They're hungry for a win, because you don't want, if you're on a losing streak, you want to get it turned around as fast as you can. And so they're gonna really come out, guns blazing, just trying to play their style of play, and which is just an extremely fast-paced defensive game, where they're gonna pressure us just from about the time we walk on the floor. We'll have somebody guarding us.
And then just kind of looking at stats, Jillian Crawford is SNU's leading scorer, who's only averaging 9.7 points per game. But in situations like this, and even with other teams with players who average higher points, what's kind of the method you use for that? I mean, we see how other teams deal with Tipton and how they heavily guard her. So do you take a similar approach, or how do you deal with that?
It just depends, kind of scout specific. I mean, SNU's, like you said, 9.7 is lower for a leading scorer. But then you look, you got a 9, you got 8.5, you got another 8. They really do it by committee. I say no one's just jumping off of the page, but they do it by committee. And so it's with going from guarding and a scout centered around Jaden Getman last night to now, or Thursday night, to now coming to SNU where it's spread out and just really just really not focused on one person. I mean, we got to do a really good job guarding as a whole team and do a good job communicating and talking, and we'll be in good shape tomorrow or this afternoon.
Yeah. And then with such a quick turnaround, I mean, you just played Thursday night and then tonight. So how are you able to kind of improve things that need to be improved from the last game, but also make sure your players are ready and rested up?
Yeah, I say just we usually take kind of a lighter approach on these Fridays in between. Just get up, get moving around a little bit, get some shots up, and then get into scout and just kind of talk through game plan and what we want to do. And we work a little bit earlier in the week on the Saturday opponent as well, just spending a little bit of time just because we don't have the same amount of prep time as we do for our Thursday opponents. So, but this is a good representation because we love to be one of those top 2 spots where you get that day off going in the semifinal in the tournament. So just this one day preps, just really locking in and making sure we're ready to go. When we tip it up that next afternoon is important, and our players have done a really good job at that.
And then one thing me and Bab kind of noticed when we were commentating the game Thursday is how close-knit the team seems. I mean, you see all the girls on the bench cheering for each other. How do you think that has contributed to how the team plays as a whole?
Yeah, it has a lot to do with it, and that's one thing we talked about. Coming out, not to keep going back to Arkansas Tech, but that was as least connected in the second half as we've probably been all year. Even when we've had tough moments and tough stretches in games, we stayed together and we kept trying to battle and find a way, and that was kind of the least connected. So we spent a lot of time just reinforcing that over the last 2 weeks now, and just coming together, making sure we're coming together as a team. And they all love each other, and they all really like spending time with each other. But every once in a while, they kind of tune each other out and things like that. But that happens at points, and so just getting them back locked into what we're trying to do and everybody going in one direction, it's a whole lot easier when they all do get along. Yeah. But that's been one of our main focuses going into the Western Oklahoma trip last weekend, and then coming into this weekend too.
All right, any last comments or anything else you're looking forward to going into this game?
I say we should, hopefully we have us a good offensive night tonight or this afternoon. The way they guard, we'll have to handle some pressure. If we can take care of the basketball, we should be able to get plenty of points in the paint just with the way they guard and the way we kind of operate things. We can take care of it. We'll be in good shape.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining us, Coach Long, and good luck. Again, this is Cameron Boyd, and this has been Coach's Corner.
Thanks, Cameron, for taking your time, and thanks, Coach Long, for taking his time out to visit with us. Kind of let us hear about the team and where they stood after Thursday night's game. You take a look at the results around the Great American Conference. It was a night of close games in a lot of places. You see a lot of close games there. Arkansas Tech came from behind in the last 10 to 12 seconds. They got a big win at home against East Central. Northwestern Oklahoma State defeating UAM in Monticello. Harding gets the home win. There you see the Southern Nazarene game against Henderson State, an 11-point loss in overtime across the street. And then Ouachita defeated Oklahoma Baptist. Take a look at today in the Great American Conference, obviously with travel partners. The teams like it when they come to Arkadelphia because they get to stay in the same hotel and not have to travel from even Monticello to Magnolia. But around the Great American Conference today, across the street, Oklahoma Baptist is playing at Henderson State, then Northwestern at Southern Arkansas, Southwestern at Arkansas Monticello. Savage Storm in Russellville and the Tigers of East Central are at Harding, all 1 o'clock tips today in the Great American Conference. These two teams are on a little bit different trajectory. The Tigers trying to win 4 straight as we take a look at the team matchups of tonight's game or today's game. It does feel like tonight. Jordan, once you get inside, it's all the same, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing basketball, it doesn't really matter. Rain, sleet, or snow, you're playing the same game.
That's right, except for that one that was on a ship one time. That's not going to happen for us. Tigers come into the game 9-4, 6-3 in Great American Conference play. So the Nazarene 4-9, 4-5. There you see Thursday night's results. So Southern Nazarene won both games last year, and that's been the case for the last 6 years. Southern Nazarene has won 12 straight in this series. This is a Southern Nazarene program that is no stranger to success in the Great American Conference with multiple conference championships in the last 5 years. take a look at these team statistics, and it kind of mirrors what you look at with the records. On the left side there was Southern Nazarene. You see a lot of places that Southern Nazarene ranks towards the bottom of this conference. Ouachita in the middle of the pack most of the way. You look at the points per game allowed. Both of these teams averaging Southern Nazarene 66.6, Ouachita 68.9. So medium pace of this game. You take a look at the points per game, though. Southern Nazarene has struggled to score the ball, 61.1 points per game. Ouachita fourth in the conference at 72.2% from the points. And shooting percentages, Ouachita fourth in field goals and field goal percentage allowed. Southern Nazarene shooting last in the conference as a team, 36.3%. And the field goal defense is also last in the conference at 43.5%. That's not a good combination. But, Jordan, you've played a lot of athletic events, currently played college football, you played basketball growing up. You know that coaches say that you have to throw all of these things that are on the screen right now that we talk about as broadcasters and kind of looking at games. If you're on the team, you kind of have to put that aside. Whether you're Ouachita or Southern Nazarene, Nick Saban calls all that stuff rat poison. As a player, you just have to go out and play the game no matter what the numbers say beforehand.
Yeah, you're gonna have your on nights, you're gonna have your off nights, and I think it's really important that they can put these statistics to the side and say we're gonna play our game. Doesn't matter who's in front of us on the other side of the court, and just to rebound off, being either in the median or being in, at the bottom of the conference. You just gotta keep pushing forward. You can't change what you've done, the past few conference games, and you gotta keep pushing forward. If you keep looking behind, then you're gonna get caught behind.
The good numbers don't indicate how you're going to play in a certain day, and the bad numbers don't indicate how you're going to play in a certain day. You just kind of have to go out and do it. That's a look at the teams. Let's take a look at some of the individual team leaders for these two teams. For the Ouachita Tigers, it starts with Madeline Tipton, the senior guard, leading the team in scoring with 16.1 points per game. One of the players in the last week that has really put together a solid effort. She was the reigning GAC Player of the Week, had her second straight double-double last night, is Abby Harrison. Abby Harrison has been really effective inside, both offensively and defensively for the Tigers.
Yeah, looking at the game we had on Thursday night against Oklahoma Baptist, we saw a slow start from the Tigers, and then something clicked. And, fortunately, she was on our team, right. Abby Harrison.
Yeah,
she was crashing, getting rebounds, and she was playing great defense against a great player at Getman. And that's kind of what our team needs to push this winning streak forward to 4 games in a row and ending the loss streak that we have against Southern Nazarene.
It's a team that Cameron talked about this with Coach Long in the pregame show. It's a team that just seems to feed off of each other. They enjoy the success of their teammates. Michaela Vation had her best game as a Tiger Thursday night, and you saw the excitement and from the team. You've been on teams. The team chemistry is such an important factor in the overall success of a program and a team, and it seems like this Tiger women's basketball team has good team chemistry. Talk about the importance of the chemistry aspect. It's not an X's and O's. It's not a who's the best, but it does have a lot to do with success in team chemistry.
Yeah, through many teams that I've been on throughout my life, chemistry is highly important. On teams that do not have chemistry at all, they have their own little cliques and niches throughout the team. You can tell those are right. Bend and break teams. As I noticed first game here that I spent here, right. You can see the chemistry on the court. They're bend but don't break. Right. They can bend all the way, they can go north to south, but they will not break, and that's what's special about this team.
It is a fun team to watch. The teams are concluding their pregame warm-up, and we are about set for action here in this Great American Conference matchup. We're glad you're with us on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm Chris Babb. Jordan Green, new to Ouachita, I guess it's not even been a full week yet, but we're glad to have you with OSDN. And we have a tremendous crew of students bringing the action to you today. Gavin Wallace, Nate Hollis, Josiah Wooten, Dalton Reed, Cortavian McMillan, a lot of, and also would like to say thank you to Magnet Cove High School under the direction of Shane Hartzell, who has brought some students from their broadcasting program over to help us out today. And we're excited that you are with us for this Great American Conference matchup. We've got about 30 seconds, and we will turn it over to public address announcer Casey Modal for the national anthem and then the starting lineups, and then we will be ready for action from Bill Vining Arena. It is a cool night, or cool day outside. Not cool in here. The heat was on, and Amber, our camera operator up in the Crow's Nest, is thankful that the heat was off about 20 minutes ago. It is a warm one in here, but you got to kind of have that. But we're excited, ready for an exciting matchup at Great American Conference basketball as the Tigers try to make it 4 straight after winning 2 on the road last week and Thursday night.
Great American Conference contest featuring the Crimson Storm of Southern Nazarene University against your Ouachita Tigers. At this time, we invite you to stand for our national anthem performed this afternoon by the Ouachita Jazz Band under the direction of Dr. Austin Motley. And now introducing the starting lineup for the Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm. Sophomore guard from Siling, Oklahoma, number 4, Bracy Nyberg. Senior guard from Maitland, Australia, number 12, Shannon Burton. Junior guard from Piedmont, Oklahoma, number 15, Jillian Crawford. Junior guard from Weatherford, Oklahoma, number 20, Jordan Hoffman. And junior guard from Choctaw, Oklahoma, number 21, Boston Berry. The head coach of the Crimson Storm is Trent May. The assistant coaches are Frankie Parks and Keaton Peary. And now, Tiger Nation, let me hear you roar! This is the starting lineup for your Ouachita Tigers! Sophomore guard from Sheridan, Arkansas, number 11, Caden Porter. Senior forward from Hot Springs, Arkansas, number 2, Audrey Winfrey. Senior guard from Valonia, Arkansas, number 23, Madeline Tipton. Senior guard from Marmaduke, Arkansas, number 30, Heidi Robinson. And senior forward from Hernando, Mississippi, number 32, Abby Harrison. The head coach of the Ouachita Tigers is Nick Long. The assistant coach is Tyler Doyle. This afternoon's officials are Scott Starkey, Jake Black, and Marshall Clyburn.
There you have the starting lineups, and we are ready to go from Bill Vining Arena on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. Great American Conference matchup between Ouachita and Southern Nazarene. Chris Babb, Jordan Green here. Will Kazay on the table with us, helping us out tonight. One of the Magnet Cove students. Starting lineup for Southern Nazarene was announced. Gassaway, Nyberg, Mackey, Crawford, and Berry. Abby Harrison set to jump center with Shannon Burton, and we are underway, and the Tigers win the tip. This is a Ouachita team that started slowly against Oklahoma Baptist. Obviously, they recovered from that, but you don't want to play with fire too often. Like to have a quicker start. Caden Porter will try to get that, and she does. Caden Porter, a sophomore from Sheridan, averaging 4.2 points per game, gets the Tigers off to a good start offensively with a 3 from the top of the key. Jordan, that's a much better start for Ouachita than it was the other night, but Southern Nazarene responds with a 3 from Jillian Crawford, the team's leading scorer at 9.7 per game. Man-to-man defense, high ball screens, each possession. Another three-point attempt. Madeline Tipton can't get that one to go. The first missed field goal of the game. Shannon Burton with the board. Pushes, tries to get it to Nyberg, but that was too tall. A little bit better start offensively in flow and rhythm. Obviously, we've only had 2 possessions, but 2 good looks for the Tigers.
Yeah, it looks like they noticed that man-to-man defense that they saw against Oklahoma Baptist, and they're taking advantage of it. They're still doing that drive and kick, and they're doing dribble handoffs, and it's coming out to be effective.
They do shoot a lot of three-pointers. Abby Harrison works through contact, no whistle. Defense from Burton. Just underway here, Great American Conference action. Tigers on a 3-game win streak. Southern Nazarene on a 3-game losing streak. 10 on the shot clock. Coach Long thought it might have gotten away with the travel, but Jordan Hoffman goes to the basket and gets it to go. Hoffman averaging 7.3 points per game. No players for Southern Nazarene average in double figures. As Heidi Robinson hangs in the air and gets that one to go off the glass. Jordan, no players for Southern Nazarene average in double figures, but they have 7 players who average 5 or more. It's a balanced offensive attack.
Yeah, they're really big on spreading the ball and getting assists, and we saw it there on how they just like to get it to their primary scores, even though those points per game are averaged out.
Shannon Burton gets another basket, the 5'7" senior from Maitland, Australia. Boston Berry knocks that one away. Tipton will step back for 3. Nothing but net. Madeline Tipton.
Great shot by Tipton.
Yeah, Coach May wanting, believe he's wanting an illegal screen at the top of the key, so he'll try to bring the officials' attention. We'll try to see if that's indeed what he was talking about if it comes up again on the next possession for Ouachita. Nice ball defense from Heidi Robinson, but Crawford gets another one to go. She has 5.
Yeah, so far we're seeing a lot of one-on-ones, both teams playing man defense, but it's just about dribble handoffs, setting effective screens, and taking those one-on-ones whenever you get them.
Abby Harrison will try to go one-on-one. Nice backdoor cut from Caden Porter. Give the assist to Abby Harrison. Porter has 5. These two teams are going back and forth offensively. Definitely not a slow start for either team, Jordan.
Just like Coach Long said, you know, everybody's wanting to start fast, and we can see that right now. Southern Nazarene has started fast as well as us, and both teams matching the energy.
Robinson underneath, over the top to Harrison. Can't get it to go. Loose ball, out of bounds. It'll stay with Ouachita. It's a good look from Robinson. Harrison couldn't get it to go. Subs into the game for Ouachita, Samantha Watson and Ruby Trammell. Watson, a senior from Arlington, Texas. Trammell, a sophomore from Bergman, Arkansas. They replace Porter and Robinson. Shot from the baseline from Tipton off of the inbounds, doesn't go. Crawford pushes, still man-to-man defense. Both of these teams are kind of mirroring each other offensively, Jordan. You see a lot of high ball screens, and that's a nice give and go from the top of the. Shannon Burton gets that one to go. A lot of high ball screens, letting the guards penetrate and kick out. We saw Ouachita in their pregame. They shoot a lot of three-pointers in practice because of this offensive style. Abby Harrison from 18 feet.
Yeah, like you said, they're mirroring each other's gameplay right now with dribble handoffs, ball screens, really anywhere. You know, I saw a low ball screen from Southern Nazarene, so it's just about being able to switch and communicate right now. That's the way they're able to get the advantage right now, just by communicating. Both teams are playing very hard.
First foul of the game called on Ouachita. That's on Ruby Trammell. That's her first. Michaela Vation comes into the game for Ouachita. Vation, the freshman from Aubrey, Texas, had a solid game for Ouachita. Her best game as a Tiger came Thursday night in the win over Oklahoma Baptist. Halen Browning also into the game for Southern Nazarene, replacing Boston Berry. Crawford has to get it out. 5 on the shot clock. This is Hoffman. She gets it to go and she's fouled. And that foul is going to be on Audrey Winfrey. Early on, you see here on the replay, Southern Nazarene has been able to get to the basket. She got a step there on Winfrey and absorbed the contact. Nice play by Hoffman.
Yeah, it just looks like Winfrey got her body too involved while playing defense. Great job by Crawford, letting her teammates get set up and, really dishing the ball out.
Vation gets the rebound of the missed free throw. Triple down on Harrison. Nice job getting it out to Trammell. Trammell with the ball fake, brings the defense. Harrison cashes in again.
Doesn't look like Harrison stopping anytime soon. She's been all gas since that second half of the Oklahoma Baptist game.
Abby Harrison with 2 straight double-doubles. Traveling violation, the first turnover. Media timeout. It's been a fast 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Ouachita up by 1, and we'll be back to Bill Vining Arena after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
I've heard people say Ouachita. Ouachita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita. Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita. Ouachita.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
Back to Bill Vining Arena, still in the media timeout. It's wrapping up, but what Coach May was talking about the other few possessions ago, what we were mentioning, Jordan, is he thought that one of Madeline Tipton's made three-pointer, he thought that her foot might have been on the line, and so he asked for the officials to come look at that, and that's what they are looking at now on the monitor. You're not seeing that, but the officials, Scott Starkey, Jay Black, and Marshall Clyburn, have all come over and looked, and they have their decision. They're going to talk about it. Don't know what they decided. We are ready to go. All right, they are staying with a three-pointer. Coach Scott Starkey explaining to Coach May that she did step back. I think if I'm Coach May, my response, well, if she stepped back, would that not be a travel? But regardless, the review did show that Madeline Tipton was behind the line, and the three-pointer will stay, so the score remains 14-13.
It was a great shot by Tipton, do not get me wrong. Three-pointer or two-pointer, would have been equally as great. Southern Nazarene applying pressure.
Yep, applying pressure out of the timeout. Samantha Watson running the point. Halen Browning pressuring her the entire way, picking her up at the opposite free throw line. This is Vation. Nice move by Vation, absorbs a lot of contact, and she gets rewarded with a whistle. And that foul is on Boston Berry. And they're going to send Vation to the free throw line. You can just kind of see it when Michaela got the ball at the three-point line by the left broken elbow. Jordan, she was ready to try to make a move to the basket, and she got to step on the defender. Vation, the freshman from Aubrey, Texas, makes the free throw. As we mentioned, she had her best game as a Tiger Thursday night in the victory. Now averaging 4 points a game. It's the old-fashioned three-point play. Three-point lead for the Tigers. Bree Hubbard also into the game for Ouachita, the 5'11 freshman from Godley, Texas. On cue, gets the defensive rebound. This is Watson pushing up the left side. Audrey Winfrey for three, no good. Vation knocks it away, layup, no good. Loose ball. And they're going to call a foul on Ruby Trammell. I believe that's her first foul on Ruby. Actually, that might be the second foul on Ruby Trammell.
Yeah, it appears coming out of that timeout break, offensively, they're starting to spread out the paint more to get some better one-on-one drives, as we saw from Vation a couple possessions ago.
Just the first foul on Trammell. Three-pointer, good-looking shot from Brownings, her first basket of the game. Ties us up. Loose ball. Alternating possession will go to Southern Nazarene. Credit Halen Browning with that steal. Subs back into the game for Ouachita. Caden Porter, Madeline Tipton, and Heidi Robinson. Replacing Trammell, Winfrey, and Vation. Penetrate and kick is the name of the game for both of these. One-on-one, on-ball defense is going to be key for both of these defenses the entire game. Nice ball defense by Samantha Watson. She's called for a travel after the rebound.
Yeah, I've noticed a trend with Crawford on Southern Nazarene. She's doing a lot of drive and kickouts, especially like on her own, those isolations.
Watson listed at 5'7", guarding Burton. He's also listed at 5'7", but those are not the same heights. Watson did a nice job of keeping her out of the post, but Southern Nazarene's able to get the basket anyway. Porter will try another three. No good. The ball was tipped by Coleman, and Crawford, and she controls it. Dribble and kick. That pass to the backside wing was just a little bit too strong, too tall from Shannon Burton. Subs back into the game for Southern Nazarene. Boston Berry back into the game. And for the first time, have Hannah Duncan, a 6-foot senior guard forward from Perth, Australia. Hubbard operating on Duncan. Layup rolls around and comes out. That was a tough one. The Tigers could have used that one. Hubbard was at the height disadvantage on that one, but a nice job of getting to the basket.
Yeah, the past two games, Hubbard has done well posting up in the post. And, she's had her successes, she's had her failures, but I don't think she's going to stop, and that's a good thing.
Heidi Robinson with nice on-ball defense down on the post, but when securing the rebound, it was knocked out of bounds off of her knee, so it will stay with Southern Nazarene. They indicate that possession did not. They are putting it at 20 because the shot did hit the rim. And a lot of spread, 5 out.
Looks like Crawford's looking for a lane to penetrate through. Going through a passing cut type of offense with a high ball screen.
Duncan has set about 5 ball screens. It's a nice find on the right wing. Three-pointer right on line, but too strong from Berry. Watson pushes for the Tigers. Heidi Robinson for 3, no good. Hubbard with the hustle and the offensive rebound. My goodness gracious. That three-pointer is short. Watson picks it up on the run and doesn't slow down. Stolen away again. Jordan, Coach Long has talked about turnovers hurting his team, and the Tigers have already, I believe, 4 turnovers so far. On the other hand, Southern Nazarene has had 3 of its own. So you're -1 in the turnover battle, but you got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, you can't lose those valuable possessions because those really make or break a game, as we saw in the men's game against Oklahoma Baptist.
Three-pointer at the shot clock buzzer from Hoffman. Bree Hubbard was there but didn't contest far enough out, and the Crimson Storm have a 5-point lead. And Robinson kind of lost track of the game clock, and so that gave Southern Nazarene an opportunity for a shot at the buzzer, but it is no good. And we have completed 1 quarter. Southern Nazarene leads by 5. We'll be back with the second quarter after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Owned by Ouachita alumni, Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more in downtown Arkadelphia is a must-stop for everyone. Stop by in the morning for fresh coffee, a specialty coffee drink, or a full breakfast. Come back at lunch, or in the evening for burgers like the Primo Burger, the pulled pork burger, or the mac and cheese burger. Maybe it's a salad, a wrap, a quesadilla, or one of our varieties of pizza. And don't forget to top it off with a sweet treat that puts the cherry on top of a great meal. That's Java Primo on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia.
At Berry & Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry & Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry & Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
Back to action for Bill Vining Arena. Southern Nazarene leads by 5 at the end of the first quarter. It'll be Ouachita's basketball across the street. A very similar score, but the home team is with the advantage. Henderson State leads Oklahoma Baptist 21-13 at the end of the first quarter. Harding and East Central in a close one in Searcy. There's another turnover to start the quarter for the Tigers. Harding leads East Central 17-16. 2 minutes into the second quarter. Points off of turnovers have helped the Crimson Storm. At the end of the game, Southeastern leads Arkansas Tech 22-19. Jordan, that's not a turnover, but a deflection kind of does the same thing as far as keeping your defensive momentum and intensity up, and kind of Wolves seeing blood and just trying to get a deflection or a turnover when we see another one.
Yeah, we really got to be careful with these passes so we can get the ball moving, maybe fake one to make one, make a backdoor cut like we did earlier in the game. I think that'll be really effective, especially because it seems like Southern Nazarene, they're playing an aggressive man-to-man defense right now.
Heidi Robinson gets it to go. It's a good shot. Coach May looks at his assistant, and the assistant coach just kind of says, yep, that was a good one. It was a big shot for the Tigers, but it didn't seem like it was in the flow and rhythm, so the Tigers needed a basket. They got it. Let's just see if it can be in an offensive rhythm on the other end. Boston Berry responds with the basket over the outstretched arms of Abby Harrison. Harrison had the assignment of guarding the leading scorer in Jaden Getman on Thursday night and did a nice job of that. Heidi Robinson takes it to the basket and draws the foul. A foul called on Boston Berry. Hoffman and Berry each have 1 foul. Heidi Robinson to the free throw line for the Tigers. Leading free throw shooter for Ouachita, 15 of 16 on the season, right under 94%. The senior from Marmaduke, Arkansas. You ever been to Marmaduke, Arkansas, Jordan?
I have not. I've barely been to Arkansas.
That's right. I figured the answer to that was going to be no.
I've been to Jonesboro.
Well, there you go.
I think that counts.
You did not pass Marmaduke driving to Jonesboro from the DFW area, I can tell you that, or Tyler. The Tigers down by 4 with the ball penetration and the kick out. This is a three-pointer from Crawford, no good. Winfrey gets the rebound, but a steal from the backside, and Southern Nazarene had a golden opportunity, couldn't get it to go. Madeline Tipton with the Euro step, and the layup is good. Madeline Tipton now with 5 points.
Way to push the ball down the court on the fast break. Noticing, they had to get back on defense quick, and they were able to push the ball knowing that they had numbers down the court with Tipton finishing that Euro step.
Tipton and Harrison were there. Tipton kept it, got the basket go. Michaela Vation back into the game for Ouachita. Boy, you like her on-ball defense. And then she commits the foul.
Got a little too hands on there. I think that's why the ref called it.
Let a lot go, and then Vation does get whistled for that tough one.
But you got to love the defensive effort.
Absolutely.
And Coach Long is over there talking to the referee right now.
Yeah. Three-pointer after the baseline drive is no good. Winfrey cleans it up again. 3 straight rebounds for Winfrey. Well, I go back to Thursday night, Jordan. You were down here with Cameron and myself. 5 straight possessions. Audrey Winfrey. As Abby Harrison has a shot blocked. One-on-one on this end. Backside, there's a nice find by Berry. Crawford, no good, but the ball's knocked out of bounds by Hoffman. It will go to Ouachita. Jordan, I go back to Thursday night. 5 straight possessions, offense and defense combined. Audrey Winfrey had a steal, a three-pointer on the left corner. The next possession, she drew a charge, hit a three-pointer on the right-hand corner, and then had a deflection that led to a steal. It's about as solid as 5 possessions as she could have, if you could possibly have. And Coach Long had said it came at a great point because she'd been frustrated.
Yeah, that was a very exciting sequence to watch live. You could really see whenever the nails were being put in the coffin during that game.
Winfrey tried to get the assist to Vation. The three-pointer was no good. Drive and kick. Three-pointer good from Shannon Burton. Both of these teams run the penetrate and kick. Dribble drive, trying to get some threes up.
Really emphasizing the man-beater plays on this. We see a high ball screen right now, and we got to be careful with the ball.
Points off of turnovers, more for Southern Nazarene, and the lead is 7. These two teams are in the top 4 in three-point field goals attempted. Southern Nazarene has attempted 318 coming into today's game. Ouachita 303. The only two more than that were Southeastern Oklahoma and Oklahoma Baptist. Foul was called on Halen Browning. Caden Porter. Sam Watson come back into the game for Ouachita, replacing Vation and Tipton. Nice find by Watson. Skip pass, a dangerous one. It did pay off though, it was not stolen. Porter cuts to the lane, shot up, no good. Took a little hip check. Southern Nazarene has a chance to extend this lead. And a foul is called on Abby Harrison. First foul on Harrison as we see the replay here. Harrison came down with the arms and got called for the foul, and Jordan Hoffman goes to the free throw line. 61.1% free throw shooter on the season, 22 of 36. This is the first. Gets the second. Southern Nazarene lead is 8. High ball screen from Harrison. Sam Watson has had the ball for the entire possession. Can't get anything going. Kicks out to Winfrey for three. Too strong. Harrison clears up the glass on the backside. Nice ball movement from Ouachita. Watson penetrates, pulls up, no good, but she's fouled. That's going to go on Jenna Bay. New into the game, a 5'9", a redshirt junior guard from Shattuck, Oklahoma.
And you know, you want to think about offense with Coach Long. We saw two driving kicks, and then Harrison with the rebound to swing the ball around the three-point line, and another drive by Watson from the corner.
Sam Watson, the senior from Arlington, Texas, product of Nolan Catholic, gets the first free throw to go. Watson is a 70.5% free throw shooter on the year. 2 for 2 for Sam, averaging just over 6 points a game. And she has 2 right now. The lead is 7. Almost halfway through, there's an errant pass as Kaufman just wasn't looking. Browning expected her to be. Robinson steps back, three-pointer just off the front of the rim, no good. Tremendous hustle from Sam Watson. New possession for the Tigers. They reset the clock to 20. Robinson will try another one. Good from Heidi Robinson. Heidi Robinson with her second. She now has 10 points. And it is a one-possession game. Media timeout at the next dead ball. That was a tremendous possession by the Tigers, Jordan.
Yeah, it was. You know, they were able to get offensive rebound. They're doing really good on the offensive rebounds, and it's really a written rule when you're playing offense. You reload your shooter. She has been shooting with extraordinary confidence this game.
Watson doesn't have anything initially, pulls back. Now goes, backs up, and can't get that one to go. So the Nazarene quickly. These two teams have combined for 23 three-point field goal attempts so far. We're halfway through the second quarter. Has a nice take by Shannon Burton, the 5'7" senior guard from Maitland, Australia.
And that was great defense by Porter. There's nothing else he can do. Strong finish, and you know, I hope she doesn't get discouraged.
Got to have a short memory. Here comes the double team. Wow, she just came over and hacked her on the arm. And that is going to be a foul on Haylin Browning. That'll take us to the media timeout. 5-point advantage for the Crimson Storm. Tigers will try to cut into that when we come back on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses. And with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at captg.com.
Back to action for Bill Vining Arena. Great American Conference basketball, Ouachita and Southern Nazarene. The Tigers on a 3-game win streak. 6-3 in conference. Southern Nazarene trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Both of these teams, Jordan, you can tell are playing with a sense of urgency. Heidi Robinson goes to the basket.
Yeah, Southern Nazarene looking to get back on the winning side of things, and Ouachita Baptist also looking to continue to keep on winning, extend that winning streak to 4.
Kaufman cut off, has to get it back out. 25 feet out is Gassaway. A kick ball at 6 seconds on the shot clock will take it back to 20. So that's unfortunate for the Tigers. A good defensive possession. You get it down to 6 on the shot clock. Now it's reset to 20 after the kick ball and a 3. That's off to the right. You could tell from our vantage point, you could tell that was off to the right. She shot that from right in front of us.
As a former basketball player, when you kick your foot out like that, you're not actually trying to hit the ball. You're just trying to distract everybody.
Possession arrow stayed with Southern Nazarene after that tie ball. Caden Porter gets the block. It goes off of Jenna Bay and out of bounds. I think it did go, and I think I was kind of blocked, but I don't know if our cameras got it or not, but Caden Porter did a nice job of playing dodgeball as the ball was coming to her. If it had hit her, it would have been out on her, but I think Coach May wanted a foul. I thought there's been a lot of contact and a lot of these shots on both ends of the court. Abby Harrison fights through some of that and gets the basket to go back to a one-possession game.
Like I said, Abby Harrison is continuing to dominate in the paint as she did against Oklahoma Baptist on Thursday night.
There you see Harrison, the GAC's leader in field goal percentage. Kick out, another 3. Rolls around and drops through. A little two-man game between Robinson and Harrison. Harrison can't get the 18-footer to go. Burton leads the way for Southern Nazarene with 12. Hoffman with 10. The nice by Berry. She has 4, and quickly 5 straight have put it back to an 8-point lead for the Crimson Storm. Under 2 to go in the second quarter. Invite you to stick around for the Domino's halftime show. Heidi Robinson with a 3-point basket of her own, her 3rd of the day. She has 13 points. Mitchell invites you to stick around for the Domino's halftime show. We'll have an interview with Ouachita Athletic Director David Sharp. We'll see a performance from the Ouachita dance team, and we will take a look at the Domino's halftime stats. It's been a fast-paced first half with offensive explosions. 26, now 27 three-pointers attempted by these two teams. 14 from Southern Nazarene, 13 from Ouachita. Porter hit the first one of the game for the Tigers. Harrison operating on Burton. Rolls around in the lane, shot up, no good. Coach Long saying if it wasn't a tip, then she hit her on the arm. Coach Long still, sorry, Jordan, I was watching Coach Long talk to the official. The bench wanted a travel on that one. 8 on the shot clock. Now we get a traveling violation, and you can kind of hear a Bronx cheer from the fans behind us. Shot clock is off. 26.8 seconds to start this possession. Tigers trail by 5. It's been an exciting first half, Jordan, that's for sure.
It has, and right now at this moment, if I'm Coach Long, I'm wanting to hold it and get it to my most confident shooter of the half so far, which is
she's got it.
Robinson.
She's got it right now. High ball screen from Hubbard. Robinson, that was off to the left. Coach Heidi Robinson looked over at Coach Long and said, she hit my arm. He said, they're not going to call that today.
Looks like full court man-to-man defense for the Tigers.
Nice save, but she did stand a step on the sideline, did Bracy Nyberg. The inbounds pass was just a little bit too strong. So Ouachita will have 2.9 to try to get one off. Pressure from Southern Nazarene to Heidi Robinson whistled for a foul. I missed that. I'm not sure if any of our cameras got it. She was peeling around setting a screen. That ball was tipped by Caden Porter. The clock never started. The clock never started after the tip ball. The clock didn't start after the tip ball. They need to. They're gonna call halftime because the clock didn't start, and that is the end of the first half. So Southern Nazarene leads 38-33, and that is where we stand at halftime. The Domino's halftime show will have Ouachita Athletic Director David Sharp, performance from the Ouachita dance team. We'll take a look at some of the first half statistics. Fun first half. We'll be back for the Domino's halftime show after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Let Domino's cure your cravings by ordering online, calling us at 246-3131, or dropping by and seeing us on Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Join Domino's Rewards and begin earning rewards in just 2 visits. Check out our $6.99 mix and match and make the whole family happy. You might as well throw in a stuffed crust pizza, a sandwich, pasta, stuffed cheesy bread while you're at it. Check out other deals on our app or at Domino's.com.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
At Knight Insurance Professionals, we offer local expertise, a professional experience, and the attention to detail that you deserve. Knight Insurance Professionals offers a comprehensive list of commercial and personal insurance products and can fit their products to your needs. Insurance can be complicated. Let us take care of it for you. It's the assurance you're looking for when it comes to protecting what's important to you. Knight Insurance Professionals at 10th and Caddo in Arkadelphia. 870-246-3700. Local, professional, personal.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street or visit their website at printmaniatees.com. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business, Print Mania has been serving the area since 1992. Call Print Mania today at 870-246-3803.
Welcome back to Bill Vining Arena on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. The Tigers trail Southern Nazarene 38-33. This is Domino's halftime report. Chris Babb now joined by Ouachita Athletic Director David Sharp. And Coach Sharp, this women's basketball team is a fun one to watch, and they have been all season. It just gets better as the season goes on.
You can really see them, coming into their own, Chris. I'm so happy for those young ladies. I mean, they've been together. It's a very mature group. A lot of them have been together for 4 years and been through 3 coaches. Right. But Coach Long's done what I call a phenomenal job with them and taking what he has and molding them, and they get better and better every time I see them play. And there's no quit in them.
Right.
A lead is not too big. And, I expect the same thing today. I expect them to fight back and try to get this thing done.
On the Domino's halftime show, Chris Babb here with Ouachita Athletic Director David Sharp, fresh off of return from the NCAA meetings. Lots of stuff going on in the world of college athletics. A lot of the focus gets put on the upper levels and the FBS and the insane amounts of money and all that that gets a lot of the attention. A lot of stuff on the Division II level as well. And this is the NCAA convention when those things are talked about. Some of the big things on the front for Division II that might have been talked about and come out of this week.
Well, I think some of the things that we had 17 proposals that we voted on. A lot of them were moot to us from the standpoint of some sports that are being added that we don't participate in. But good for Division II, an opportunity for student athletes to participate. But things with recruiting, things with sports sponsorship is from the standpoint of like number of contests and different things like that. One of the big items that we voted on, or we're going to vote on, was 5 years of competition. And, we were good to have you here, man. Glad you're here.
Jordan
sorry
Green.
about that.
No,
yeah,
that's all right.
Yeah.
Jordan's been doing
yeah,
color
obviously
with us.
gets my eye.
That's right.
Tight end that looks like that. You know?
really, no doubt.
But anyway, you know, and I've said this before. 5 years of eligibility has been being talked about ever since I became I remember a meeting I went to in 1999 of all years, where 5 years of eligibility was being talked about, and so I think Division II we had gotten there. The legislation committee had put forth a lot of work, did a lot of vetting, a lot of things you have to deal with, and you know, transfers. You know, what if somebody's been there 10 semesters? What if somebody's been there 8 semesters? What if somebody has, you know, used all their eligibility? There's just a lot of things they had to do. But I thought they did a phenomenal job in putting that all together. And, you know, we were set to vote on it. And like a lot of things at the convention, things can be contentious, but usually there's dialogue. There's healthy professional dialogue about it, and whatever side you're on there. And I think we were headed in that direction to take a vote, and straw votes were showing it was going to pass with about a 60-40%. And the executive committee decided they wanted us to refer it back to them, and we did. And so it'll come back now. They're going to study it. And the way legislation works in our convention, you have to be finalized with it in July for the convention the following January. So they felt like 6 months was not enough time to talk about it. So it'll come back 2 years from now at the 28th convention.
So what that means is a lot of these student athletes
that we're waiting around.
We're waiting around to see, am I going to have a fifth year? As of right now, that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
And 2 or 3 years.
The frustrating thing with that, Chris, was we found this out Wednesday.
Right.
If we'd have found that out back in October and say they wanted to refer it back to vet it a little more and to study it a little more, that would have been a lot. Then we could inform these student athletes. But a lot of these student athletes have stuck around and we're ready to either enroll this semester or maybe take a missed term this semester to be able to enroll next fall. But that's all, you know, gone by the wayside now. But
and for those who aren't familiar with it, it would have been you have
5 years.
5 years to play no matter what.
10 semesters to play 5 years.
So that gets rid of some of the
no waivers.
Yes.
No exceptions. No medical red shirts. None of that. It would have alleviated a lot of the work on our compliance folks in doing waivers and all of the exceptions. And we feel like we could have made a statement Division II wise in what we were doing, but you know, obviously, I'm not gonna share some things I shared with you earlier. I'd be amiss if they're more opinions than they are fact. So anyway,
women's basketball. Let's talk about another event coming up. Teresa Raymond Schaefer always emails us and sends us information about the women's basketball alumni reunion that is going to be
February 5th and 6th
through 7th, and they are inviting all women's basketball alumni. They've got a Facebook page. They also want to recognize the 2008-2009 women's basketball team. There's a banner up on the wall, and we'll see if we can maybe show that in the second half. They went to the Sweet 16. Coach Gary Crowder, who was inducted into the Ouachita Athletic Hall of Fame in the fall, I know that he's contacted a lot of those players to see if they can come back. That group's done a really nice job of trying to connect with Ouachita alumni. I will say that Teresa mentioned that if there are any parents and family of current Ouachita players, they'd like to visit with you as well that weekend. So hopefully you'll be back this weekend. A lot of those are up in the stands every game anyway. But that's a special time for those ladies we had Donna Carroza on with us Thursday, and she talked about what basketball was when she played at Ouachita. But it's a group that can have an impact on this women's basketball program, especially if they're raising money for the scholarship, the Jeremiah 2911 scholarship after Lori Williams Partridge, and that supports current student athletes.
Yeah, and you know, I've been really, really pleased and blessed, honestly, to work with that group. And Teresa, you know, she is a go-getter, and when you know Teresa, when you give her a task, it's done.
It's done.
Or maybe past it, but she is also. There's a group of those former Ouachita women's basketball players that have such an interest in this program and these young ladies, and they're really active, and not only coming back together and being together as teammates,
integrating with our current team, with our coach, working with Coach Long, and as you said, raising money for not only for Lori's scholarship, but also for our program, and I can't thank them enough. And they love getting together, and they have a good time when they get together, and they tell a lot of stories. And I know a lot of those ladies, I either saw them play or they were playing right before I got here. And of course, right before I got here was when the Tigerettes were in their heyday in the early 70s, and so there's a lot of good players from those teams. But again, thankful to that group for just interjecting back into Ouachita and Ouachita women's basketball.
It is a free event, and you can go on the Ouachita Baptist University Women's Basketball Alumni Facebook page. All your information there. They would like you to register, so they'll have an idea.
And they are registering because the letter that I sent out to them had a link. And when they hit that link, it's coming to me. So I've seen a lot of names coming in. So we'll have, and of course, not everybody will register and they'll show up, but we'll take good care of them when they get here. They're very organized. They have details of what they're going to do, and I just try to do all the front end stuff for them here.
That's right, and I'm glad that they try to connect with the current team as well. They have a couple of Zooms with them. So if you know anybody who is affiliated with Ouachita Women's Basketball, whether you're a family member, a friend, a former player, if you know somebody, make sure that they know about where they can sign up and join us on February 5th through the 7th. David, thanks for taking your time.
Hey, always glad, Chris.
Welcome back.
Appreciate you. I'm glad. I'm home for a while.
That's right.
Thank
the
goodness.
Semester is started. We'll be back with a take a look at the halftime stats, the Java Primo game summary and stat recap when we come back on the Domino's Halftime Report.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free consultation.
Arkadelphia's newest entertainment option is open and ready for business. Tea Time Sims brings world-class indoor golf simulators to Arkadelphia, allowing you to practice, play, and perfect your swing in a comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page to learn about our monthly tournaments, closest to the pin showdowns and long drive battles. Learn more and book your tee time at teatimegolfarkansas.com.
Chicken Express is a proud supporter of not just the Badgers, but all things Arkadelphia, from elementary to college, and from community activities to church groups. Chicken Express is always willing to support and assist the people in our town. The next time you visit Chicken Express, thank them for their involvement in our community, and definitely don't leave without getting a cup of that Chicken E sweet tea. Located right off exit 73, stop by Chicken Express for your next meal.
Welcome back to Bill Vining Arena, Domino's Halftime Report. Take a look at some of the first half statistics in this 33-28 lead for Southern Nazarene over the Ouachita Tigers. Take a look at some of the leaders for Southern Nazarene. Two players in double figures, Shannon Burton with 12 points, Jordan Hoffman with 10. For Ouachita, Heidi Robinson with 13. You look at the shooting there, 53% shooting from the field for Southern Nazarene, 16 of 30. They came into the game shooting a league low 36.3%. So 17 percentage points above their season average. Both teams 5 of 14 from three-point range. We talked about the number of three-point opportunities. Both 5 of 14. 7 turnovers, points off turnovers, slight advantage to Southern Nazarene. Rebounds close as well. And Jordan, when you look at this, if you're Ouachita, you're like, all right, Southern Nazarene shot the lights out in the first half. Will the law of averages come, will the law of averages play in and kind of come back to the rest of the season, and we're only down by 5. If you're Southern Nazarene, we're like, hey, this is what we've been trying to do all year. This is how we know we can play. We have to keep this up offensively. I think these first couple of minutes of the second half in the third quarter will be very important for either of these teams. If Southern Nazarene comes out and hits 2 or 3 of the first 4 or 5 field goals, offensively they could be in the same rhythm. If Ouachita's able to get a couple of stops and convert, we're back to a square game.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. It's always about the last 2 minutes and then the first 2 minutes. So last 2 of the first half and the first 2 of the second half. Something I was jotting down in my notes that I did a little bit of research on. I'm big on winning the turnover margin and the rebound margin. And if you lose the rebound battle, your chances of winning drop to 40%. If you lose the turnover battle, your chances of winning drop to 35. If you lose both, you have a 20% chance to win this game. So I think that's going to be very pivotal, seeing how many passes have gotten intercepted or tipped this game.
Gotta love some analytics in there. Those are fun to look at. Good nuggets there from Jordan. Right now, it's a very close turnover and rebound margin for both teams. Madeline Tipton double team. Nice dish off to Abby Harrison. Tie ball and alternating possession will go to Southern Nazarene. So Southern Nazarene gets the first small victory of the third quarter.
Crawford looking for penetration like she was in the first half there.
Yep, dribble and penetrate is the name of the game for both of these offenses. They've used high ball screens. Ouachita switching off on every possession there. Heidi Robinson with the block. It goes out of bounds. And if you're a player and a coach in the first half, you said, is this not a foul? Is this not a foul? That happened for both sides.
And now we have those baselines, those guidelines of what we know is a foul and what's not a foul. And
yeah, you got to continue to play through contact. Nice kick out. Three-pointer is too strong. Rebound to Audrey Winfrey. They're letting them go, man. Yep. You have got to be ready to play through it.
Got to have strong hands on the boards because that's really what's going to win this game.
Well, and when you get a rebound, you have to secure the board because you know they're going to be coming after you. Abby Harrison backs down, and there's a foul. And Abby Harrison will go to the free throw line. The double team came from Jordan Hoffman from the backside, and she got too much of Abby Harrison's arm, and Harrison will go to the free throw line. 80% free throw shoot, Abby Harrison is a 67% free throw shooter on the season, knocks down the first. First trip to the free throw line for Harrison today. Two for two from the line for the senior from Hernando, Mississippi. Ouachita draws first blood in the third quarter. Second foul on Hoffman.
Name of the game, dribble drive, like you said in the first half there. They are not stopping. It's
the importance of on-ball defense. Robinson reaches in and pokes that one out of bounds.
You can really see Robinson's confidence boosting as she's hitting these three-point shots and playing on-ball defense, getting a little tap in, loose ball there.
Unfortunate break for the Tigers, as trying to tell who that was for Southern Nazarene. It was Barry. Was kind of, her momentum was taking her out of bounds, so she had to put one up. Robinson was there, but just kind of in awkward position. It goes out of her hands. 20. Reset the shot clock to 20. Now Audrey Winfrey will be whistled for a foul. That's her second personal foul.
Great defense. Hands just got caught in an unfortunate place there.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he signaled push with the body. There was a lot of body bump in there.
Yeah, I think her body just got too involved on that foul.
Dribble, kick, three-pointer, no good. Harrison gets the rebound out at the three-point line. Tipton pushes, 3-on-4. Tipton gets to the basket, and a foul is called. She thought it might have been on before she pulled up. And so that foul is on Shannon Burton, her first. Madeline Tipton to the free throw line, where she's an 87% free throw shooter on the season. 68 of 78.
Makes the first. And if you saw that that last possession for Southern Nazarene, you can see the importance of boxing out that Abby Harrison does, and that's what she brings to this team, as well as being a good scorer.
Oh, 4 straight to start the quarter for the Tigers. Come from the free throw line from Harrison and Tipton. Two teams that seem to mirror each other style-wise offensively. Nyberg tries to take advantage of Harrison, and a foul is called. That is on Harrison. That's her second. So now in the first 2 minutes and 22 seconds, there have been 4 fouls called. Nyberg knocks down the first free throw. Nyberg is a sophomore from Sealing, Oklahoma. 5'6" guard. 72.7% free throw shooter. Apologies if I'm saying the name of that town incorrectly. I could go Sealing, I could go Siling.
Depends on how it's spelled also.
There are lots of towns in Arkansas that even the Arkansas residents mispronounce. Audrey Winfrey goes up, shot no good, putback is no good. Harrison on the offensive glass. And a foul is called on Jordan Hoffman, I believe, and that's her third. So 3 fouls on Hoffman and Jordan. We only had 5 fouls called on each team in the first half. I mean, we'll go back and look at the stats. Harrison misses the free throw. Let's look at the stats. Yeah, personal fouls called were 5 on Southern Nazarene and 5 on Ouachita in the first half, the first 2 quarters. And we've had 5 fouls called in the first 2 minutes and 43 seconds of this third quarter. Let's see how that plays into things. I don't know if it's necessarily being called any different, or if the team said, all right, we can play a little bit harder, and we can play more physical, and they're just getting too physical. We'll see how that fleshes out over the next 7 minutes. Turnover on the other end of the Tigers, who started this third quarter with a 5-0 run, have a chance to tie the game or take the lead. It's 38-33 at half.
Like I said, both teams are playing harder than the game they played before, especially after a disappointing overtime loss over there across the street at Henderson State for Southern Nazarene.
Tipton's three-pointer is no good. Now the Crimson Storm on the other end. Nyberg out to Berry. Nice steal by Madeline Tipton. Winfrey to Tipton cutting. Size of the mismatch for Abby Harrison. No good, but she's fouled. Foul is on Bracy Nyberg. Her first. 4th team foul of the quarter on Southern Nazarene. So when neither team got into the bonus in the first half, Ouachita will be in the bonus for the remaining 6:14 of the third quarter. Michaela Vation into the game for Ouachita along with Ruby Trammell. Abby Harrison's first free throw is nice, and well, that is a high arching shot and a nice release from Abby Harrison, the 6'2" senior from Hernando, Mississippi. In and out, no good. Rebound to Lexi Mackey. First time we said her name, 5'10" junior from Australia, one of 4 Australians on this team. An international flair in Southern Nazarene most years, especially this year. Vation with the rebound, 4 from Australia. Sylvia Autahagua is from Valencia, Spain. Keisha Grant-Baum is from Ontario, Canada. and then several players from Oklahoma and Texas. Loose ball, jump ball, alternating possession will stay with Southern Nazarene. With Ouachita. 2 subs into the game for the Tigers. Bree Hubbard will replace Abby Harrison, and Samantha Watson will replace Heidi Robinson. Tigers have a chance to take the lead. And they can do so at the free throw line. That foul is on Jillian Crawford, her first foul. And Madeline Tipton goes to the free throw line. Tipton, the leading scorer on the team. The senior from Bologna averages 16.1 points per game, 87% free throw shooter coming into today's game. She ties the game with her 3rd free throw of the afternoon, has a chance to give Ouachita a lead, which will mean an 8-0 run to start the 3rd quarter. And she does. Tigers from the free throw line are 14 of 16. It's not bad, Jordan.
Not bad at all. And if you really want to.
In a close game, you got to have those free throws. Sam Watson whistled for the foul. That's her first. And now Halen Browning will go to the free throw line. The 5'8" freshman guard from Norman, Oklahoma. Brown, a 70.8% free throw shooter.
If you really want to catch up on stats here, throughout the entire game, both teams have 22 rebounds. If you look at the score, with that free throw, it is 42-41 Southern Nazarene.
Yep. 8 turnovers apiece, 22 rebounds apiece, 5 3-point field goals apiece.
2 very similar teams.
Trammell misses, loose ball, nice save by Browning. That's going to be a foul on Ruby Trammell as she was hustling for the ball but got too much of the body, and that is the 2nd foul on Ruby Trammell. Third personal foul on Trammell. So Caden Porter will come into the game replacing Ruby, who's unfortunately, Coach Long just kind of throws his arms up, and so that's an unfortunate foul. I mean, it was a hustle play.
Yeah, you really can't be upset with hustle plays in basketball. You know, it's just unfortunate that ball was headed to the sideline, and it seems like Southern Nazarene got to it before a Tiger did. So
Bree Hubbard gets a block shot on that attempt from Nessa Begay. And we are barely under the 5-minute mark, so media timeout. 42-41. We've got a tight one at Bill Vining Arena this afternoon. Glad you're with us. Come back after this break on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler CPA is a longtime supporter of the Arkadelphia Public School District. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler has established a reputation for providing clients with outstanding services that include auditing, accounting, and tax and business consulting. Contact Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler today at 870-246-4563 or by visiting them at 305 Professional Park Drive in Arkadelphia. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler says, "Go Badgers." And go Tigers. I'm going to make a note to get our Tiger version of that. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler, supportive of all things in Arkadelphia. Arkadelphia High School, Ouachita, Henderson. 7 on the shot clock. Nyberg kicks out, 3-pointer off the side of the backboard. And it's going to be a shot clock violation because the ball did not hit the rim. Halen Browning got that one to go, but it was just after the shot clock violation because the ball went off the side of the backboard.
I think she should go buy a lottery ticket after making that one.
Yeah.
It looks like it was a nice little chest pass to the rim.
Yeah.
I do not promote gambling, by the way.
Porter, penetrate, kick. Watson, corner three, short. Vation was the last one to touch it, and Coach Long is going to call for a review of that one. So we'll stay here, and they're going to look at this one. We're going to take a timeout for the review. You'll see the left is what you see. The play on the right is what they will be looking for. See the shot from Watson. And it looks like it could be, it looked like off Vation, but it looks like it could be the left hand of number 4 coming in and knocking that one out from in front of Vation.
Yeah, great challenge by Coach Long. Noticing.
Good challenge. There's a chance here. You see Vation, but then you see the hand of Bracy Nyberg kind of hit that. So the officials looked at the same thing you saw there on the right hand of your screen. They're talking now. They're going to want to come look. They're going to want to look at it one more time.
Now the question is it enough to overturn it?
Right. It's a good look. They're going to go frame by frame. You're going to see it on the right. You see the officials there on the left. Okay.
White's ball, 2-minute on the shot clock.
Thank you. Call has been overturned, and so it'll be Ouachita's ball with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Good job by our crew in the truck. Josh Ryan on camera 4 down there. You see him in your screen right there on the front row. Good job getting that, Josh. We'd have said that even if it had been overturned for Southern Nazarene. It's a good job by our crew getting that one. Caden Porter now with the ball. And they're going to say it stays with Ouachita.
When they're on the baseline, we often see, I'm assuming they call it some kind of line set where they have 2 players come through the screens and hoping one curls to the basket and gets open, the other one pops out on 3 and they get into their base offense.
And 2 players down screen for Watson. She comes up. 7 on the shot clock. Watson up and under, can't get it to go, but a foul is called. And Samantha Watson will go to the free throw line. That foul is on Halen Browning. That's her 3rd. Samantha Watson back to the free throw line. And you see a nice little crossover there from Watson. And what you would have seen was a nice take to the basket. Watson misses the first free throw. She can tie it up here. One for 2 from the line for Watson. She has 3 points now. We are all square. Play on is the call. Dribble and kick. Kaufman, that's a nice job by Michaela Vation. Blocking foul on Michaela Vation. I'd like to see that one again, too. I don't know if we have time, but, man, that was a tough one to go against Vation. A nice job by Jillian Crawford of staying strong. Crawford can't get the 3-point play. That's going to be a foul over the top by Hannah Duncan. She came through the back of Bree Hubbard, and so now we're going to walk to the other end. Here's here you see Duncan reaching over the top of Audrey Winfrey and Bree Hubbard. They said Winfrey to the line.
And on that first foul, I'd have to assume her feet were just moving too much, and she was using her body to keep her away from the rim.
Yeah, I was blocked from torso down. I was blocked. I know their arms were straight up, but she might not have been in the legal guarding position with her feet and hips. Regardless, it was a tough one to go against Vation, but it was a nice take by Kaufman. On the other end, Winfrey gets both free throws, and we are all square again. Sylvia Otuhagwa in the game. She gets the Southern Nazarene offense going from the post up top. Porter kicks out. Watson goes again, high off the glass, can't get it to go, and a foul is called on Ouachita on Vation. Vation's second. Kind of came under the legs of Hannah Duncan. That's the third foul on Vation. I only had 2, but they did say 3. Duncan to the free throw line for 2 shots, 47.6% free throw shooter on the season. Only been to the line 21 times, hit 10 of those. She knocks down the first and gets 2 for 2.
And on that play, there's nothing really you can do. That's just another hustle effort play that we're seeing from the Lady Tigers.
Tipton in traffic, that's short. Browning on the other end. Kick out, Kaufman, the trailer, can't get the 3 to go. That's, ooh. Thought that was close to it. It was close. Altahagua over Hubbard, can't get it to go. Hubbard with the rebound. Nice post defense by Hubbard of staying tall but not moving. Hubbard for 3, that's too strong.
Really handling her own down there in the post.
Altahagua, a 5'10 junior from Valencia, Spain.
And now I think we're kind of seeing a trend that we saw Thursday night when they were feeding the post to Getman of Oklahoma Baptist, and right now they're doing the same thing with
Altahagua.
Tongue twister right there.
Sylvia Altahagua, a 5'10 junior from Valencia, Spain, transfer from Eastern Florida. That is her first free throw attempt of the season. And now she's a 50% free throw shooter, and now we're going to the other end to shoot free throws as Jillian Crawford was called for the hold on Bree Hubbard. So we've at least doubled the amount of fouls called in the first half here in the third quarter alone. Or equaled. We've equaled those. Doubled the amount for the whole game. Equaled the quarter. Hubbard can't get the free throw to go. Averaging 4 points in 12 minutes. The Tigers 11 of 16 from the free throw line. Now 12 of 17. One possession game.
Full court man-to-man.
Audrey Winfrey with a little bit of initial pressure. They have 5 out. Now Altahagua will go to the block. She's trying to work on Hubbard. Underneath, this is Duncan, brings it back up top. Altahagua trying to cut to mid-post. There she is. Shot from Altahagua, and a foul is on Bree Hubbard. Altahagua, I'm guessing she might have joined at semester or been injured. This is only the third game Altahagua has played. Her first points of the year. 5-point lead now for the Crimson Storm.
And Southern Nazarene applying their own pressure towards the end of this third quarter. And Robinson is down.
And I must have these players miss labeled on my roster. So when I've been saying Sylvia Atahagwa, someone's probably screaming at their monitor the entire time. It's Nessa Begay.
Got it.
Yeah, Nessa Begay is 35. I thought something wasn't right. I'm like, what are we missing here? Nessa Begay, the 6'2 redshirt sophomore forward from Norman, Oklahoma. My apologies to Nessa and to Sylvia. Five-point lead for the Crimson Storm. Duncan operating on Winfrey. Fadeaway jumper, shooter's touch for Hannah Duncan. It's a 7-point lead for the Crimson Storm. It had been a back-and-forth game after the Tigers trailed at half. They tied it up. Oh my, there's a foul on Shannon Burton. She knew as soon as the whistle was blown. She just kind of threw her arms up as an oops. Harrison back to the free throw line. Off the front of the rim. The Tigers started at halftime. Ouachita was from the free throw line 6 of 6. Did not miss in the first half. They've not had the same success here. Now they're 19 of 24. 5 misses in the second half.
And you really got to take advantage of those free throws because those can win you games.
Yep.
A little too much on the elbow there.
Foul on Audrey Winfrey. That's her third. Jillian Crawford back to the line for the Crimson Storm. First one rolls around and drops through. She's got 12 now. Over her season average of 9.7. Burton also over her season average. Southern Nazarene only came in averaging 61 points per game. They're at 53, and we've got another quarter to go. We talked about, though, this is a team that has not shot well, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what you have done to that point. You still have to go out and do it. Heidi Robinson with another three-pointer. That was contested. That's her third of the game, and she has 16. That was a good-looking shot, and it was contested with a hand in her face. It was just a good, quick release from Robinson.
You know, if you look at the broad perspective on what you said earlier, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's a double dribble as Halen Browning, as she spun, she had the ball in her right hand and then just kind of switched it to the left without dribbling. So 25.6. Shot clock is off. Nice ball defense or man-to-man denial from Crawford. They're trying to get it to Tipton. Heidi Robinson, spin, turnaround jumper, no good. Desperation effort at the buzzer is going to be short, and that is how the third quarter comes to an end. Southern Nazarene 53, Ouachita 49. Back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
At Ouachita, we're excited to partner with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation, which offers many benefits to alumni and friends, and we want to tell you about one of those.
I'm Dylan McClain, a proud alumni, and I serve as the Vice President and Attorney at the Arkansas Baptist Foundation. The foundation proudly serves as Ouachita's planned giving partner, so if you're considering leaving a legacy gift or want to explore other charitable giving options, we'd love to guide you through that process. If you'd like to learn more about how you can invest in the next generation of Ouachita students, please contact us using the information below.
Go Tigers!
Start the fourth quarter of play. The name of the game in the third quarter was the difference in foul. 10 fouls called in the first half, 19 in the now there have been 29. So there were 19 fouls. Is that correct? Is that 19 fouls in the third quarter?
It sure felt like it.
It sure did feel like it. Let's see, personal fouls, 5 on Ouachita in the first half. Southern Nazarene had 5. So now there have been 14 fouls called on Southern Nazarene. So they had 9 called on them in the quarter. Ouachita has 15 fouls. So yeah, 19 fouls.
Safe to say that was a long quarter.
That's the reason it felt so long.
But like you said earlier,
19 fouls in a quarter is a lot.
Like you said earlier, the way Southern Nazarene is shooting, it doesn't matter what you did in the past. It matters what you do up to this point. You can always have, unstatistical light game.
You can play against the norm, right?
Yeah.
Abby Harrison blocks that shot out of bounds. Harrison is obviously going to be the team leader in blocks. She has 16 coming into today's game. Browning throws that one off of Harrison. They're going to call a foul on Madeline Tipton.
They called it on the floor.
They called it on the rebound. If anything, it was with her right arm. We've got a second. We can hang in here. Hang in here through this replay. We'll bring you. They got her with that left arm on a push off.
Looks like she got a little too extended there. You really want to keep that chicken wing in there.
6 on the shot clock. Loose ball stolen away by Caden Porter. Robinson penetrates, goes all the way in. Nice dish off to Abby Harrison. And it's a 2-point game. Heidi Robinson saw the defense come over and found Harrison on the backside.
You can really see the team chemistry in fast breaks. Fast breaking defense, that's where team chemistry is built.
Robinson pull up 3, too strong. That would have been a huge momentum shot, would have given the Tigers a 1-point lead. Sam Watson called for a bump. Subs into the game. I guess they got her with the body underneath. It's hard to have time for that replay when there's one free throw, but foul is on Sam Watson. That's her second. Foul trouble situation, which after at first halftime we had no clue or no thought of even mentioning foul trouble, but for Ouachita, Winfrey with 3, Trammell with 3, and Michaela Vation with 3. Winfrey's the only one on the court. Madeline Tipton for 3 of another kind. It's good, and the lead is 2. Tipton now with 12 points.
Great confident shot by Tipton there.
This is Burton working on Harrison. No good.
Great defense by Harrison. She knew she had the size advantage and she used it.
Robinson uses a screen from Harrison. Shooters roll. And Ouachita has tied the game at 56.
Great pick and roll set there between Harrison and Robinson.
Robinson now with 18. Three-pointer from Kaufman. High arching three-pointer. That was a good look from Jillian Crawford. Crawford now with 18. Timeout, Southern Nazarene. It is a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Southern Nazarene, 3-point lead, 7.5 to go in the fourth. Back after this timeout. Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger, Yep, Batson Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Batson Signs today to see what they can do for you.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu.
That's what Cooper Dar was going to say on the back of that voiceover for the OSDN promotion. We'd love your support. This program supported by donations and sponsors. OSDN@obu.edu if you'd like to support our students. Tipton, skip pass, Winfrey for three. Good for Audrey Winfrey.
Great pass by Tipton across to the wing.
Yep, and Winfrey had a open spot. The defense didn't close out quickly enough. Winfrey tied it up again. The crowd is getting into it.
And there's
Harrison, block shot.
And on that shot, you saw high risk, high reward.
Tipton goes to the basket layup. Good for Madeline Tipton.
And this is where they're starting to build momentum.
Tigers lead by 2. You feel like this is a big possession either way. Southern Nazarene can kind of stop the bleeding. Ouachita can continue the momentum with a stop. Left side, Kaufman. She's the leading scorer on the season and the game. Crawford. Turnover, ball will go to Ouachita.
Robinson's pushing it, great tempo.
Heat check, Winfrey still hot, and the Tigers lead by 5.
What a shot by Winfrey. Way to have confidence in that wing shot. That's her second shot.
Bracy Nyberg kicks it out. You love to hear the crowd get into it. Duncan, they switch off. Now looking, Robinson guarding Burton in the post. She's going to operate on Heidi Robinson, knocks it away, and that's going to be a foul on Caden Porter. It's a good call. She knew she had done it. It's a hustle play. Kind of reached over to just kind of force some traffic and then slipped and came up with too much of the arm. That's the third foul on Ouachita in the quarter. Nice job by Audrey Winfrey. They're going to review that to see if Audrey Winfrey might have tipped that off of the hand. They're at least going to talk about it. Let's see. Are they going to talk about it or no? They are not. I think Coach Long asked. Scott Starkey got with one of his crewmates to ask about it. And they're not going to take a look at it. Southern Nazarene needs a basket here. The Tigers have the momentum. Crawford. 18. Here's Nessa Begay. Turnaround jumper at the shot clock buzzer. No good, but she gets her own. Barry operates on Caden Porter, drives her down and puts a nice soft touch off the glass, and that stops a 2.5-minute scoring drought. It was an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes for Ouachita. So the Nazarene needed that one. Robinson, ball fake, pull up, 15, no good, and now we have a foul. Tipton and Hoffman were tied up underneath. The foul is on Hoffman. Her 4th personal foul, first of the quarter, called on They're not going to take the media. They said they took it previously, so we'll stay here. I'm fine with that. Begay cuts off Harrison. That's going to be a foul on Boston Berry, as Jordan Heidi Robinson was trying to get to the basket, and Berry just couldn't quite get in front of her.
Yeah, it looked like she was using her forearm as well as her body weight to prevent her from getting to the basket there. In my eyes, that's a great foul by Boston.
Only her second, only the second of the quarter. Nice defense by Berry. Loose ball. Can she save it inbounds? She cannot. And the ball will go over to Southern Nazarene. Tipton was a nice effort. Porter tried to find her. One possession game. Double high screen from Begay and Hoffman.
Can hear the gym getting into it now, helping the Lady Tigers.
Begay backs down Tipton. They call a foul on Madeline. Tipton asked what happened. He said the hand went around. Nessa Begay, 6'2" sophomore from Norman, Oklahoma, gets the old-fashioned three-point play. We're tied again. Begay averaging 4.4 points per game. She has 7 right now. 4 minutes to go. Tipton goes baseline, hangs and goes off the glass. That's going to be a delay of game warning. Delay of game on Tipton for hitting the ball after it goes through the basket.
Great take by Tipton there.
That was
now,
a nice take.
They
to the
switched
baseline.
it up offensively. They did a pass, and you follow your pass to set a ball screen, and that's what assisted Tipton's layup.
Crossover, here's Begay and Harrison. Double team from Winfrey. Foul on Abby Harrison. They say she went over, they brought her hands down. Let's see if we can put that replay real quick. We'll see Begay here working on Harrison, see if she came down with the arms. More often than not, they are right, no matter what fans think of, and she did. There you see, she got a lot of the ball, but she did get enough of the fingertip of Nessa Begay to send her to the free throw line. That is the third foul on Harrison. Begay knocks it down. 9 of 12 on the season from the free throw line coming into today's game. 3 for 4 right now. In and out, no good. Tipton with the rebound.
And now within these last 3.5 minutes, you can see the Tiger probably slow it down a little bit as they have the momentum and they have the control of the game.
Yeah, it's only a 1-point game. Now we have a foul. And off the ball, and that's on Hoffman. I believe that's her 5th. So Hoffman will be disqualified. Coach Trent May doesn't like the call. He's trying to get an explanation and have a conversation with the official to use his time. It was off the ball. Said that she grabbed Robinson, trying to curl off of the screen. Into the game for Halen Browning. So Jordan Hoffman finishes the game with 10 points in 23 minutes, 3 rebounds, 7 of 14 from the field. Double screen for Watson.
And now they're really diving into their playbook to try and get a basket here within these next 9
Watson
seconds.
tried to toe the baseline, but the pass took her too far, and so now Southern Nazarene has a chance to take the lead. Just over 3 minutes to go. Boy, this has been a good one. Both teams definitely playing hard. Begay tries to post up Harrison. She gets it at the soft spot. She'll try to back her down. That was a nice jumper, caught Abby Harrison with her hand down. And Begay puts Southern Nazarene up by 1. Samantha Watson gets the Tigers back in the lead, and just that quickly, Coach Long calls a timeout. Here you see after Begay's basket, Samantha Watson. They don't stop the ball. She gets by with a nice little move there. The lefty off the glass and good, and the Tigers now lead again by 1. 2.5 minutes left, 2:38 to be exact. Jordan, we're at the point now where each possession is magnified. In a 1-point game, 2:38 left, you're looking at 4 or 5 possessions each max, depending on what we're looking at, what situation. So, golly, each defense. Ouachita is not in the bonus yet. Southern Nazarene was in the bonus the rest of the way. Southern Nazarene still has 1 foul to give. They've only been whistled for 3 in this quarter. So the possession arrow is with Ouachita. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. The intensity, Jordan, has been phenomenal for the first 37 minutes of this game. It's only going to ramp up from here.
Yeah, like I said before the game, it's important to not get caught in the fog of war. You have to stay disciplined on defense and offense because there are offensive fouls, obviously, if you know the game of basketball.
Begay has the hot hand. They try to go through her. Loose ball. Watson knocked it away, but it's right back into the hand of Begay, and she gets it to Browning for the layup. So back to a 1-point lead. The team's lead is seesawing back and forth. Foul will send. There's a foul on Southern Nazarene on Bracy Nyberg trying to fight through the screen. Now both teams will be in the bonus for the remaining 2:02. Abby Harrison, she says, come get it. Gets it off to Robinson. Robinson and Tipton have been kind of quiet for the last few possessions. Robinson, Tipton, nice find to Harrison. Can't get it to go, but Begay is whistled for the foul, and Abby Harrison will go back to the free throw line. You get a good look at the find to Harrison, and Begay just couldn't stop fast enough before she put the body into Abby Harrison. First free throw good for Harrison. She has 14 points, 6 of 9 from the free throw line. And 2 for 2.
The high arc makes everybody hold their breath a little bit.
These two teams offensively, Ouachita has made 7 of its last field goal attempts. Southern Nazarene made its last 4. 1:30 to go. You're almost at the point that the next team that gets a defensive stop could get the win. There's one for Ouachita. I say could because we only have a couple of possessions each left. Big offensive possession here for the Tigers.
Pick and roll.
Abby Harrison, nice pick and roll, nice find from by Robinson to Harrison. The foul is on Bracy Nyberg. That's her third. Harrison goes back to the line. Here you see a good pick and roll. Here's the pick, the roll, the find, and the foul. First free throw good. Harrison now with 16, 8 of 11 from the free throw line. Ooh, in and out, rolls around, no good. 2-point game. Both teams in the bonus. Possession arrow with Ouachita. Harrison knocks it loose. Kick ball. Black kicked the ball. It's going to be a Ouachita ball. Strap the seatbelt on.
It's a tight game.
Got to take care of the ball. It is. 1 minute to go. Tigers with a 2-point lead. Trying to extend it here. Tipton saves it. 18-foot jumper, no good. Transition opportunity for the Crimson Storm. Nyberg, timeout. Southern Nazarene. 42.2 remaining, 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here, Jordan. Let's kind of catch our breath and kind of give a little reset. The situation is no different than it was 2 possessions ago. Possession arrow is with Ouachita. Both teams are in the bonus. And obviously in the bonus, it's 2 shots on every foul. 2 timeouts left for Southern Nazarene. 3 for Ouachita. Leading scorers for Southern Nazarene, Jillian Crawford with 18.
Yeah, like I said, very tight game out here in Arkadelphia with 42.2 seconds left on the clock, and it's just about discipline now. Everything you did the past 3.5 quarters, almost 4, is out the window. It's what you do in these next 42 seconds that will determine the game, as the score is 71-69 with our Lady Tigers leading.
Browning gets it into Kaufman, the leading scorer, guarded by Winfrey. Looking inside to Begay, guarded by Harrison.
And that's really been the name of the game.
They're trying to get it to Begay. Here's Browning operating on Watson. 10 on the shot clock. Berry, dish off to Begay, tie game. The defense came over to help. And Begay got the basket to tie things up. That was a nice offensive set. Ouachita calls the timeout to advance. Full timeout, we'll take it with them. 22.9 remaining, tie game at Bill Vining Arena. Back after this timeout.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
Southern Nazarene had an overtime game Thursday night at Henderson State. They're trying to get a defensive stop to make it 2 for 2 on the weekend. Ouachita can hold for the last shot for the win.
Just make sure you don't get
Robinson will wait until the clock goes down. They did not want to give Southern Nazarene any opportunity for a final shot. Skip pass, Harrison, 3 seconds on the baseline, lost the ball. They're gonna come over and take a look and see how much time was left. So they'll probably see if we can take a look at that baseline replay. They're going to come over and take a look and see how much time's left. So they'll come over and take a look, and they're going to want to look at the clock to see where it is.
See it doesn't hit out of bounds till now. 6/10.
They're going to put 0.6 of a second on the clock after it's their first look. It's either 0.6 or 0.5, one of the two.
Well, as we look at the
frame
replay,
by frame there, they'll slow it down. 0.6 of a second. Good job by our crew of telling me where it is. 0.6 of a second left on the clock, and I would imagine that Coach May is going to call timeout to advance. I guess.
Need a really quick shot here. I think they're going to try and get it into the post to Begay if they can.
Now it'll be a quick one because a timeout to advance the ball on this side. So Southern Nazarene calls a timeout so they can advance the ball to half court. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. Now, that rule in women's basketball is huge because it does give you an opportunity. It gives you an opportunity to get a shot off. It's got to be quick, though. Not a lot. You can't really catch it, turn around, and shoot. So it could be a tip to Begay. I don't think Duncan was in the game. Duncan is one of the tallest, listed at 6 feet. Begay is 6'2". They will inbound the ball from in front of their own basket. That will be Halen Browning. Abby Harrison will face guard that inbounds pass. Here we'll look for Begay. No, it just tipped her hand.
That's out of bounds.
They're going to say it tipped the hand. So now Washita, if they're going to look, they're going to want to look and see if it tipped the hand. The clock had 0.6 on it, and now it has 0.4. So if they rule that it tipped the finger, then I don't know if they can, they might have to end it, because 0.6 from where that ball was tipped, it would have been more than 0.6 seconds. If they say that it did not hit the hand of the Southern Nazarene player, that it will be 0.6. Coach Long would call timeout to advance as well. So very similar situation to where we were. They're going to see if it did tip the finger. And you see the inbounds, the backdoor cut. So they have taken a look at it. They're going to come back, bring the third member of the crew over.
Might need a baseline view of this one.
Unfortunately, probably blocked by the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So they take a look and see. They're still discussing. You see them discussing there. This is a relatively big, because, Washita has an opportunity with 0.6 to have an inbound set just like they had with Harrison. I like the motion on that. They had a backdoor cut to try to lead her like a quarterback would a receiver and have a layup at the buzzer.
And I think they definitely would have gotten it off in time too.
So 0.3 means that it just has to be a tip. Now Washita calls the timeout to advance.
If I'm Coach Long, I'm getting this ball to the hot hands.
Well, you've got enough time for a tip. I mean, it would be a tap from tip would be a nice. Madeline Tipton asking the head referee Scott Starkey there, what does it have to be with this much time left on the clock? And he said it has to be a tap. It can't be a catch and shoot. There's not enough time. By rule, it's got to be a tip.
Get it to your volleyball player. I think she'll get it done.
The volleyball team is on the top row in the baseline like they always are. So Heidi Robinson will trigger the inbounds pass. See if you have a high screen for Abby Harrison and have her roll to the basket. There it is. Yeah, Audrey Winfrey caught it. She caught it and shot it, and that's not allowed with 0.3 seconds left. And Coach Long understood that, and we are headed for overtime. Washita 71, Southern Nazarene 71. We'll be back after this timeout on the Washita Sports Digital Network. Extra time, everybody. Come back and join us.
Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more at captg.com.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Achita. Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Washita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Washita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Washita.
It's Washita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
Nessa Begay, Abby Harrison set to jump center as we are extra time from Bill Vining Arena. Southern Nazarene controls the tip.
Little stat, we've had 40 total fouls in the game.
30 in the second half. Southern Nazarene in its second overtime on this trip to Arkadelphia. A kickball will put the shot clock back at 20. Looking inside for Begay. She's got a size advantage on Robinson. No, oh, they call it after the shot rolled off. That's rough.
Nothing you can do there.
I mean, the thing
Great
that people
defense.
aren't going to like is that he waited until the ball was rebounded.
Yeah, there's a timer for officials that they teach you, and I think his timer ran out. But
Begay's short off the front of the rim in the first free throw. They do tell officials to process it in their mind, but it never is a good look if you wait. It has the appearance of looking to see what happened with the result of the shot. Begay gets 1 of 2. So the Nazarene draws first blood in the first overtime. Madeline Tipton, pull up, baseline jumper, no good. Begay with a rebound, stolen away by Tipton. And a foul on Southern Nazarene. Tipton fired up. As that foul is on Bracy Nyberg. That's her 4th. Take a look at the foul situation as you get into overtime. Those play into kind of a little bit more. Southern Nazarene has already lost Jordan Hoffman, who fouled out in the 4th quarter. That's the 4th foul on Bracy Nyberg. 3 fouls on Browning. For Ouachita, Audrey Winfrey, Abby Harrison, and Ruby Trammell, along with Michaela Vation, each have 3. So nobody with 4 yet for the Tigers. Tipton 2 for 2. She has 18 points. She and Robinson lead the way for Ouachita with 18, Abby Harrison with 16. Crawford leads the way for Southern Nazarene with 18. Begay has 15. Begay blocked by Abby Harrison.
By Harrison.
Stolen away by Browning. Skip pass. Kick out. Passed up to 3. Nice contest from Robinson, and she gets the rebound. Whew, Ouachita escaped one there. Abby Harrison with nice ball defense on Begay. They let him play through the contact. She was trying to get it to Watson, but it was stolen away. 1-point lead. Here's Abby Harrison. Spins, baseline, stripped away by Berry. Transition. Foul counted and the basket. Heidi Robinson got up in the air, and that was a tremendous job of execution by Bracy Nyberg. She threw it towards the rim, and it went in. That is the 3rd foul on Robinson. Here you see just a little slight ball fake. Got Robinson up in the air, and the basket went for Nyberg. She'll try to give him the 2-point lead with the old-fashioned 3-point play. It's good. Nyberg now with 5 points. 2-point lead for Southern Naz in their second overtime game on this trip. Timeout Ouachita as Audrey Winfrey was close to the 5-second count, and Ouachita will call a 30-second timeout. Possession arrow is with Ouachita. We've talked about the foul count. We mentioned we don't want to build each possession up too much, Jordan, but obviously in overtime, Southern Nazarene was in overtime Thursday night and lost by 11 points. You know that was a point of emphasis. So Coach May was in the huddle, so, put that one behind you, have a better start, and they have this first 2 minutes.
Yeah, they sure have, and it's gone to show that they have been in this situation before. Not even 72 hours ago, they were in the same exact position, and I bet they want that one back. And you can see the efforts by them in this overtime period. That's what they're looking to do.
Mentally, they've already had a victory, and it's better than it was Thursday night. You got to close it out, though. Ouachita try to get a basket. Audrey Winfrey, ball fake, loses it underneath to Tipton. Shot up, no good, but she's fouled by Jillian Crawford. Correction, they call it on Boston Berry. That's her third. Here you see the nice up and under there, and they called it on Berry there, 21 with the swipe down. Tipton's free throw is good. She now has 19 points. Ouachita 24 of 30 from the free throw line, 80%. Southern Nazarene 15 of 22. 2 for 2 from Adeline Tipton to tie the game up again. Ball screen from Begay. That was a nice set. They found Begay on a little miscommunication from Ouachita, and it's back to a 2-point lead.
And in this game, I believe Begay has stepped in, kicked the door open, and found a lot of opportunities to help this Southern Nazarene basketball team out.
Begay averaged 4.4 points per game. Audrey Winfrey for 3, in and out, no good, and there's going to be a foul on Southern Nazarene, and Madeline Tipton will go back to the free throw line. That foul was called on Berry. That's her fourth. Tipton will go back to the free throw line. Been there 8 times tonight. It's been successful. Tipton now with 21 points to lead all scorers. Go back to Begay, 6 of 10 from the field. Begay came into the game, had only played in 8 games, averaging 9 minutes and averaging 4.4 points per game. 17 is significantly more than 4. Tie game, 2 minutes to go. We are in overtime.
Looking for isolation somewhere, clear down the lane. Looks like they're trying to get it to Begay. Robinson and Harrison switch to prevent that.
Yep, Harrison doubled. Tipton comes up with a steal. She operates, shot up, counted in the foul for Madeline Tipton.
What a take by Madeline Tipton on the fast break.
On Boston Berry, that is her fifth personal foul. Wait a minute, well, the stats have her with, all right, so the PA said 4, 21. The stats have her with 5, but I guess it is just 4, so they did not foul her out. I had a discrepancy a while ago as well. So it is 4. Tipton, the old-fashioned three-point play is good, and the Tigers now lead by 3. So only 4 fouls for Berry. 4 also for Nyberg. Tigers have nobody with 4, trying to get a stop. A seesaw battle all day is going to come down to this final 127. Will it end, or we have another 5 minutes? Coach May wanted them to get a better look than they did. Three-pointer, good from Bracy Nyberg, and we are tied. Watson, crossover, Winfrey, corner 3, good for Audrey Winfrey.
What a shot by Winfrey in this clutch situation. We just got under a minute, and the score is 83-80, and with both teams being in bonuses, it's really important.
Berry had to help for just a step. It was just enough to give Winfrey the inch she needed to get that one off. Tigers lead by 3. Full timeout, but we're going to keep it here. I thought it was a 30. They signaled 30, but they stretched to a full. So we will keep it here. There you get a good look at the Ouachita bench, the Southern Nazarene bench, and the officials talking during the timeout. Good crowd on hand. Ouachita Jazz Band there in the other end. The Ouachita cheerleaders and dance team here as always. These two teams have combined for 47 three-point attempts. Ouachita 10 of 25. Southern Nazarene 7 of 22. Jillian Crawford leads the way with 18 points. She's on the floor. Nessa Begay with 17 points. She's on the floor. Tipton leads the way with 25 for Ouachita. Robinson 18, Harrison 16, Winfrey in double digits also with 11.
If you look at Tipton's stats, she has been on the free throw. She's 11 for 11. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, free throws matter in the game of basketball.
Absolutely matter. That foul's on Madeline Tipton. So that'll send Boston Berry to the free throw line. Berry has not been to the free throw line tonight. She is a 77.1% free throw shooter on the season, 27 of 35. Samantha Watson will come in to replace Caden Porter, an offensive and defensive substitution. Porter comes back to the end of the bench to be ready. Boston Berry knocks down the first free throw. The 5'7" junior from Choctaw, Oklahoma. Transfer from McNeese State. She'll try to pull the Crimson Storm to within 1. She does. And here comes pressure from the Crimson Storm. Ouachita gets the ball inbounds, and Southern Nazarene drops back. Under a minute to go. 1-point game in overtime. Harrison, high ball screen. Robinson, kick out. Winfrey, corner three, no good. Rebound, tie ball, alternating possession. We'll keep it on this end with Ouachita. Samantha Watson will trigger the inbounds pass. Talking about the shot clock, they said the ball did hit the rim, so change of possession or no. Let's see if they're going to come take a look. They are not. So 18 on the shot clock. So it was 2 seconds. The tie ball was 2 seconds after it hit the rim. Tipton. Harrison, right elbow.
27 on the clock, 8 on the shot clock.
Tipton bumped by Begay. Watson, corner three, no good. Rebound. Southern Nazarene, a timeout was called. If she had already dribbled, then, okay, the official says it was before the dribble, and so they will advance. 30-second timeout will be Southern Nazarene's ball with 18.6 seconds remaining. They will inbound the ball from in front of their own bench. A made basket wins it. A defensive stop for the Tigers will win it. Southern Nazarene trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Ouachita trying to extend a 3-game winning streak. Assistant coach Tyler Doyle talks to the officials about what they want to do if there's time left when Southern Nazarene makes the shot. Coach Long talking to the crew now. But that was big, though, that Coach May called that timeout before the dribble was taken.
Yeah, it was
good job of officiating to be looking over at Coach May as well.
Yeah, it was very important that he was able to get that timeout off, just because if she had taken a dribble, then she would be back over by the opposite free throw line.
Begay uses a screen. They get it into Begay. They're going to let Begay work on Harrison. Are they going to let him play? Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Southern Naz. Audrey Winfrey knocked it off. The coach Long wants to look at it, so they're going. He wanted to, but the official took it off and said, no, we're not going to look at it. Or Coach Long said, I'm good. That sounded bad the way I said it. Here we go. Screen for Begay. They're trying to get it to her. Begay on Harrison, 1-on-1.
This is the name of the game right here.
Nice backdoor pass. Timeout, basket good from Nyberg. They went. Begay used her as a decoy. Nyberg cut back door and caught the Tigers watching and got the layup to go. 2.1. Ouachita calls a timeout to advance. So now the Tigers will have 2.1 seconds. They'll have about enough time for one or two dribbles and a shot. Most likely one coming off of a screen or whatever. So 1 point lead for Southern Nazarene. That was a good set. They used Nyberg. I had set it up as a one-on-one matchup. The defense was watching her as well. Nyberg cut back door and got the reverse layup. That was a nice set from Southern Nazarene to get that basket. Nice execution by Nyberg. So the Tigers now down to their last shot.
Yeah,
Heidi Robinson will trigger the inbounds pass.
Definitely fooled me on that last possession. I thought Begay was going to go up with it with the last second shot, and then there was a last-second backdoor cut.
It was a nice no-look backdoor bounce pass. Madeline Tipton on the backside. Two screens set for Madeline. Here she goes, and she lost it out of bounds. Couldn't catch it, and the ball will go over to Southern Nazarene, and they're going to come look and see how much time is on the clock. They're going to come over and take a look. Ouachita had the look. They just couldn't execute. The ball went out of Madeline Tipton's hands, and now they're going to take a look and see. 1.1 seconds is what they will put on the clock, most likely. They're going to look at it one more time. See the ball inbounds and then out of bounds right there. So
yeah, that left foot.
Yeah, 1.1 is what they will put on the clock. So 1.1, most likely Southern Nazarene has no timeouts left, so it will be on a baseline out of bounds. See the assistant coach calling the inbounds play. You're going to call him to throw it deep. Nessa Begay is going to be put at the three-point line. I would not be surprised if they tried to just throw this one deep. Now, what you got to be careful of, it's a low scoreboard here at Bill Vining Arena. Robinson steals it, can't get it off, and that is the final score in overtime. Southern Nazarene gets the almost last-second shot on the layup from Bracy Nyberg, and the Crimson Storm defeat Ouachita 84-83 in overtime. Jordan, that was an intense, hard-fought, well-played matchup by both these teams. Southern Nazarene comes out on top.
Yeah, that was quite an entertaining game, I'd have to say. You know, tough game by both teams, but at the end of the day, it's whoever is disciplined enough and whoever can make those shots towards the end of the game, and Southern Nazarene was able to come out from the bottom of it with that backdoor slip by Nyberg, and Begay was able to find her for the reverse layup, and that was the nail in the coffin. They did have, you know, Our Lady Tigers had some time to, you know, get a shot off, but, you know, you got to make big-time plays and big-time moments, and I'm sure that's going to be an emphasis this week in practice with Coach.
The Tigers lose 84-83. We will, Jordan is going to hop up and let Coach Nick Long come over and join us courtside. The Tigers drop the 1-point overtime decision to the Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm 84-83. Coach Long playing a little chair shuffle to get Coach Long in here with us. Coach, a tough loss. All through the game, it just felt like it was going to come down to one possession. And unfortunately, for your team, Southern Nazarene was able to get the use kind of Begay as a decoy. She had 17. She'd averaged 4.4. Kind of used her as a decoy and got the backdoor cut and the layup. Talk about what you told the team there when you met at half court. Your initial thoughts.
We came out a little flat in the first half. They were dictating everything in the first half, and they were getting downhill. We were just playing on our heels and just. And defensively, offensively, we were fine. We had a couple turnovers here and there in the first half, but defensively we were on our heels, and we weren't dictating anything. I felt like we grew into the game as it went on, but it was just a tough physical game. I mean, you had 30 free throws shot in one quarter, and I mean, we've had games not shot 30 free throws between the two teams.
We talked about it on the broadcast. 10 fouls called in the first half, and I thought both coaches thought that it could have been more called. And so then in the second half, third quarter, they come out and they were called to the tune of 19. I think I did my math right. There were 19 fouls called in the third quarter. And that's hard for teams to adjust to defensively on each side.
Yeah, it was hard to figure out how we were going to call that game. Yeah. I felt like Thursday's game was extremely physical, but it stayed consistent the whole game. And tonight it just felt like no one could get in a rhythm because we couldn't figure out how we were going to let us play that in that one. But we did some good things at times offensively. We were all right. Getting downhill. We did a good job at different points, and I just felt like we missed a couple easies. We had a couple come off our fingertips right there at the end of the game, and tip Audrey. If we have 0.1 more seconds, we win that game in regulation.
That's right.
And so that's just kind of the way it goes sometimes. I say really proud of how we fought and how we kept on battling. But it was a game where they struggled to score, and we let them get comfortable and let them get going, and it was just something that we talked about going into the game, and just felt like we were just a little too passive coming out of the gate, and we'll get back, we'll get better. We got a big one on Thursday.
Big one Thursday night, and we'll see then Thursday night for Ouachita Henderson. It'll be fun. Coach Long, good effort. It's a joy to watch your team, and good luck Thursday. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Ouachita head coach Nick Long. That'll wrap it up for the women's broadcast. Southern Nazarene 84, Ouachita 83 in overtime. The Tigers have their 3-game winning streak snapped at the hands of Southern Nazarene. That'll wrap this broadcast up. We thank you for joining us on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Thank you to all of our students of the Ouachita Sports Digital Network for their work in bringing you this broadcast. We'll be back on Thursday for Ouachita and Henderson. Pre-game show around 5 or 5:10. Tip-off at 5:30 from here at Bill Vining Arena. For my color commentator Jordan Green, Will Kazay, who was at the table with us, and our entire crew from Ouachita Sports Digital Network, thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your weekend, and go Tigers.
Hi, everybody. This is John Fanta with Fox Sports and the Big East Digital Network.
Hi, this is Brad Sham, voice of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
Hi, this is Chuck Swirsky with the Chicago Bulls, our flagship station, 670 The Score.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Hart at ESPN and the